Welcome back to Let's Clone. My name would be Toast, and I just made a mistake. I brushed my teeth, and then I made a cup of coffee. That's gonna taste like shit. In this part, I want to do what I said last time, get rid of the grid after we've launched the game, throw in some objects so we can do a little bit of an isometric perspective, not really the tilted side, but kind of top down, hiding behind some of the walls. They're gonna be walls instead of voids, I guess. Should probably make that part clearish. Then I want to play around with the player. I've got a weird idea that was flown through my head today about kind of doing vector motion with the player instead of GameMaker's typical motions, or at least my approach at typical motions in GameMaker. So I might fuck that up a whole bunch. It might not be great, and if it's gonna be bad, I'll try to put a word in text somewhere around here that said, "Hey, don't bother watching this." But all right, let's go see what we can do. Now I didn't draw anything yet, so we're gonna actually, we might just be able to take this. I'm gonna copy it. I'm all over the place already. Duplicate that. Here we're gonna say sprite. Fuck, I'm gonna want different sprites for each thing. I take that back entirely. So sprite ground. We're gonna maybe have different types of ground. For now, we're just gonna stick with that green boy. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. And then we're going to do a duplicate. Sprite, we're gonna call it a wall, but I guess it'll be like a mound of dirt that has grass on top of it. Who knows? I don't know what we're doing. Give me this boy. Let's go for a height. Actually, I don't want to scale it. I want to stick you up to the top, my guy. Let's go for a height of 48. Bring it down. Open this boy up. Let me find the better brown is here. Always go with the better brown. Let's get a little fancy, I guess. We can get a little fancy. Why not? I mean, I don't know how to do anything fancy, so take that as you will. Let's doot and then maybe make some grasses. Maybe I should do not just the same level of grasses everywhere. Yeah, we're gonna do more of a squiggle pattern. So we're gonna do a little bit of a grassy creep. A little grassy creep. Everyone likes a grassy creep, right? I'm gonna do this edge grassy creep a little bit darker. That's gonna be the darkest grassy creep in the game. Will be along the edge. What am I talking about? I don't have a goddamn clue. This doesn't look good, and adding a darker color and spending even more than 30 seconds on it is not helping me. What am I doing with my life? All right, a grassy creep. I'm oddly satisfied with it. That's gonna be there was no point in me doing that. That's not gonna help me out at all. But let's get our origin knocked down. Along the Y, we're gonna knock down the 16 whole dandy pixels. Why can't I see it? Oh, probably because I got this boy checked. That was my X. Good thing. 16 dandy pixels. We're going to set up our collision mask to be a manual rectangle in which the top also drops down 16. And now we want to see this. Cool. That will be the colliding aspect of our wall. The ground we're not going to collide with, so it doesn't matter. So we're going to have it when the player is anywhere behind this, he is hidden, cannot be seen. Where are we starting with this? What would make the most sense? System. Probably in the room start. So when the world starts, normally what we're doing, I have my mouse for my middle click. We're gonna bump this boy up just a couple colors, couple sizes. We have this. We're building the path. What? Oh, so here I'm generating everything. So I'm building all that jazz. Door. We set a door randomly. Now I need to, I guess, add objects to environment. Yeah, that sounds about right. We're gonna script this as well, just because I want to script everything, I guess. Room start. We've got the room start world. System room start. Build world. We're gonna call it build world. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Because we're building the world, you see? this is my room start world. So I would like to create a script, call it this, close that so I can open it up in the appropriate place. Room start world brings me here. Room start build world brings me here. Function room start build world at description. Wow. Add objects to game room. Any parameters? No, I don't think so. I'm gonna need that double loop. Variable xx is whoopsies equals 0. Xx is less than grid size. I'm not doing the width. Xx plus plus. Then going along down the columns for variable yy is equal to 0. Yy is less than the grid size. And yy with the double plus. Give me that yellow y. Look how fast this computer is. Like, that's a variable, it's yellow. See, look at that. I can get 2 sentences in before it changes color. Now I need to do an instance create. So I'm going to do if, here we're going to, I don't want to actually add an object for the grass. That would be silly. Wouldn't that be silly? That would definitely be silly. Well, zut alors. I do want to set, maybe I could do a tile and spread the tile across the map. We'll do that. Figure out that part later. Grass, I don't know. We're gonna do something true. Add hills. We're gonna call them hills. They're gonna be hills. If grid accessing the xxyy is equal to, we're calling it void, but we don't want it to be a void, now do we? Ooh, we could have a void and just put the hills around the perimeter of the void. Fuck it. No, that's gonna be so many objects. I don't want to do that. Okay, let's backtrack a little bit. So here we're walking around, creating all our path. Now, okay, so I'm doing that loop when I draw everything through there. So what I should do, I think, is I'm going to look for everything that is a void. What are our macros? So with void, we have path, we have cell size, we have door, we have max value. We're going to add hill. Why not? Our door was 2, so this will be 3. So I'm actually going to need to run this loop. Yeah, because I want to change the grid here. Do I? You know what, we're gonna do it here. Why not? Do I? Because I want to run through the whole thing before I do the other thing. Oh, okay. I could just, yeah, they can be voids in the grid because we're going to delete the grid after. So we're just going to, yeah, we're fine. So I need to loop across everything, find every void piece, and see if it is touching a ground piece, path piece, I guess. So if it is a void, we're going to do, I guess we could do this like we did with Conways and do like a little loop around it. Yeah, that's probably the best. For variable ii is equal to xx minus 1. Put those together. I don't know why. ii is less than 3. ii plus plus. For variable jj is equal to 0. jj is less than, no, jj is not equal to 0. jj is equal to yy minus 1. jj is less than 3. Well, I guess less than equal to yy plus 1 would also work. But we know how much we're doing, so I'll use a magic number here. jj plus plus. Now what I need to do is start commenting shit. So I'm adding a hill along perimeter of path. So here we found a void. check if void is touching path. Cool. So now variable touching, actually we're gonna do make hill is equal to false. Now we're gonna say if grid accessor II JJ is equal to a path, then make hill is equal to true. Now here we will be checking our self, but our self is a void, which is not a path, so that's fine. After we ran that double loop, so we got to do, why is that making noise? I already made the coffee. So we're going to check if it's a path, but first we need to check if, I'm going to need a few conditions here. So we're going to need to know that II is, I'm going to put it separate just to clean it up. I want to check that it is a path, and then here I'll do the condition. If II is greater than or equal to 0, and II is less than grid size, and JJ is greater than or equal to 0, we're gonna, I don't quite like spreading these down this way, but we will, and then, and JJ is less than grid size. Now we are ready. Oh, I hate when I accidentally zoom. This boy needs a new laptop. Cool. So this is just checking so we don't go out of bounds because we're within the grid, and if there's a void, like we will be looking at voids that are up on the edge of the grid, and we don't want to look beyond that edge. So this little constraint keeps us to only check within the grid size, but we are setting it to make a hill. So now after we've checked, we've verified that this void either is or is not getting a hill. We will say hill verified, I guess. So if make hill, then we want to instance create layer, I believe, well, we can do XX times cell size, YY times cell. Oh, you were supposed to do the macro. Cell size, layer, by default, I think your regular layer is just instances. But where in the world? Instances. And I don't know what I'm having the depth for that object for the system, so we're going to pretend that it doesn't have a depth, I guess. Instances, I really just like the create. Like we should just be able to use create, and it'll assume layer and depth. Why not? And then give us the other options too, but like, why not? I guess I could build my own, but why not? Then object hill, which we haven't created yet. So here, add a group for environment. In environment, we're going to create our object hill. We're going to give them the sprite of the hill. We're going to say in the create event that depth is equal to -y. It's not moving, so it can stay in the create event. The player will do it this exact code in a step event, and that should give us that depth. Who dat? Not nobody. Depth is equal to -y in our hill. We're going to do collisions with the hill, not with the other things, so we've got to change that play around a whole bunch. And we're creating that. I think that's fine. We're going to see. Let's take our dungeon builder and we're going to move it out of the way. We don't need to access him right now, although we don't have a system event up in this boy. So I like to keep him up in the corner just so I can find him. System should start everything else. I actually don't know because we probably changed a bunch when we started putting the system in the dungeon builder, and I haven't looked at this code in a few days, so whoa. Okay. Okay. Now one thing to do is, I guess, all right, we're gonna start off by forcing this to be a layer depth, and we're going to do depth -1, just so we know that it prints on top of the our draw step, because that could have been the issue. Because if you just put it into layer, into the same layer, I don't know what depth it puts it at. Okay, let's lower this because that's not helping me to read anything, and I can always bring them back later. Go into our, not our draw GUI, but our draw event. Shit, we might want to keep the DS grid so I can keep drawing the map, but whatever. We're here. I'm drawing everything. What if we don't? God, stop zooming on accident, my guy. So what if we don't draw this? Do we create our things? It'd be nice. Okay. Okay. We have the hill. We're creating the hill. Make hill should be set to true. Oh shit. We're still gonna get the out of bounds exception because we're checking this. Okay. All right, well, it'll tell us if we do. Did it index out of bounds? 1. All right, so yeah. So it was checking incorrectly. So here, let's do this. Drop that down to here. We'll just drop this guy down to here. Give us the condition first, then give us the check, and then set the hill. I guess I'm gonna try to show that this is doing something. Hills up, boys. Now this should read true all the damn time. There are so many voids that are touching a path. But didn't do it once. Motherfucker. How is that possible? I'm going to say else show debug message of grid at IIJJ. Why not? These all zeros. Are these all zeros? Motherfucker. Wow, that's not enough. Oh, maybe it is. That is a bunch. I mean, I definitely have created paths. Like this is the draw that we can hide that for now. Like here, repeat path side. Like we've gone through the loop. We've even set a door. Have I created paths yet? Spawn player. I'm setting him in the center, so there will be a path. Oh, then I'm doing up here. So grid, I'm setting them all to path. If they do all this, which we were drawing the tiles just fine. They were definitely paths. This is going in grid, right? Yeah, grid. And then we're setting a door in a random spot. Then we're going here. You shrinky boy. What's it doing? Huh. I'll keep that there just so we have something to see. Now, alright, for II is equal to XX minus 1. We are looping through X's and Y's. Okay. This, we're going to get rid of the grass guy for now. I know it's not given the issue, but this should be fine. If it's a void, we're checking to see if it's a path. Make the hills false. Then here we're in that same depth of this, so we should have access to make the hill. Variable II is equal to X minus 1. II is, oh shit. That was actually retarded. XX plus 3. I even said this out loud and thought about it, but that was just retarded. I'm sorry. Because I was just checking if it was 3. It's not 3. It's J plus 3. Now, with the magic of magic, we're going to get some hills. There will be no depth that works yet. But we got something. We're going to got something. Okay. Maybe we won't. Is there an issue? Well, it says it's running. Oh, but I can't even open this. There's definitely an issue. Okay. Let's go back and draw that thing again. Just to see what the fuck I broke. Alright, draw our world. Please. Pretty please. Keep in mind, I do almost no planning for this devlog. Like this project's just for fuck. This project's just for fun. All right, I think I might be caught up in a big old loopy doopy. Well, damn it. I get that you're not running. So for all this, then all this, if his path may kill true. So that's not going to be the issue. This is just an if condition. Oh, God. Damn it, Steven. Be more efficient with your thoughts. Now we should be fine. Like, of course, JJ will never equal JJ plus 3 if I'm only going up by 1. All right, cool. We got grass. That I should have thought through. Of course it's going to look stupid. How do I want to fix it? Do I want to make the ground grass darker? The grass is always darker on the lower side, right? That's how it goes. Where is it? It's up here. Here. Give me this boy. Give me the darkest of the... Nope, that is the dark. So then switch that over. We're going to take this, snags it. And we're going to go even darker. You might even go too darker. Look at that. Getting dark. Now we'll be able to see it, just to see it. I shouldn't have done it with that weird bit to it, but is what it is. See? Neat. Okay. So we have this, and we are colliding into it, and we are going behind it, kind of. That will be... Whoa. Okay. Yeah. So it's kind of a thing so far. I might give these some varying heights. I do want to play with it, maybe be able to grow the ground or take the ground away. Who knows? I sure don't. Where are we? Well, here we might be. Cool. Give me the regular sized guy. So here we're doing, I'm just drawing all the tiles. I don't want to do that. So instead, we will say if grid, is this I's and J's? I don't know why, is equal to path. And then we will draw this at a, my path was 1. We can hope. I can open this again. Yeah, path is 1. Oh wait, did I just do something stupid? Why would I type in 1? I have, it's the same. I think I made it the same on purpose. Cool, so now we're just on the path. We don't have to draw the black tiles. I don't know what all we were drawing. We were drawing a Whoozy Boy, a chest. No, we're not drawing that right now. But let's get on to the player. The player boy. We're going to do... Should it be taller? Should it be like stupid tall? Would that be fun? I don't know. The height of the player boy. We're going to just stick with 48 for now. Nope. We're going to make him tall. 64. Just so we can really see the depth. Shit. Go back. No, I can't. There we go. Here. Blast that boy up to the top. Make him a 64. Alright, so I'm actually going to change a bit about this guy. Here, we're going to, well, I guess that's a bit of an exaggeration. I'm not changing too much at all. How many pixels are we doing for that? I guess, oh, shit. And I have to use the eraser tool twice. Steven. Can't be wasting time erasing things. All right, so we've got this little golden pony boy. We're gonna change his X origin to 16. Give him the little midway sprite. Actually, fuck, I want to do this. I want to do. Let's start with bottom center, and then we're gonna come up 16. So that'd be like 57, 47. Ugh, that doesn't look like where his ground bottom boy would be. I can check it with the collision mask. Manual with the collision mask, all of those are fine. But if I came down, I'll do that. So if I came from the top down 32, he'd be there. How tall is this cat? Actually, I want to come down 34 because we are making it a little bit like that. Cool. So then I need my origin point to be somewhere in the middle of that. I mean, it looks kind of in the middle. Could come down a little bit. We're gonna find out as we go. Again, I'm not really sure. Oh, get rid of him. Player. We still got him. Step event. Where are we doing things? Or maybe how are we doing things? I thought I told you to be small. Let's get a look at this. Okay, yep, I thought there was a lot more going on. There's not. So you're moving, really stupid way of moving. I didn't even use I've been using only scripts in this, and I didn't even put a player input script. We've got our target Y. We're setting up an alarm for something. We're colliding with different boys. Entering the dungeon. Whoa. Oh, if I enter the dungeon, I go to the room. We're going to get rid of that for now because we don't know where the dungeon is. Actually, you know, if we hit it, it'll be a fun surprise. Now I'm checking alarm. All right, so I was doing like a timer for our ability to move. Wow, I typed this up. I didn't even put anything there. If timer is equal to -1, then the timer is equal to 4. So it's going to take 4 or 5 frames before I'm able to move again. I'm just testing if the target is a void space. Cool. So we're going to get rid of that. We don't need any of that collision anymore. We don't need that alarm anymore. That's fine. Here we're going to update depth, sure, which you could just understand by reading the line. -Y. That's one thing I don't get about commenting. It's like I don't comment well enough because I try to code so it just makes sense. You can just see it, but that also means you have to actually read all the code when you can just read the comment line. So I just need to bite the bullet. Whoa, my dude, what are you? This kid's fucking massive. Oh, yeah, we can't do that other collision that we were doing because then this shit happens. But you, ooh. Right, you can see that the depth part is working. Cool. So we can get rid of, I guess we'll keep, no. Move H and move, wow, we're just going to pretend that I didn't type out any of this. We're not going to do any of that. We're going to get the regular collision working again. Oh. And then we're going to try some vector collision. So we're just going to bare bones this boy. Initialize player. Go full Sean Spalding. H speed is equal to 0. V speed is equal to 0. Move speed is equal to bucket 3. I don't know. I'm not going to be jumping. Direction doesn't matter, at least not yet. Yeah, I'm content with that. I think. Are you guys content with that? Because I'm feeling kind of content with that. So yeah, let's go into step event. Let's actually make a script. We're going to create a group. These will be player. Create a script. Script, player, input, function, if I could spell it right, player input, at exception does exactly what you'd expect it to do. Key right is equal to keyboard check. We're just gonna do a check. To the right, I'm gonna do the 30. We're gonna do a right, we're going to do an up, we're going to do leftsicles, and we're gonna go all the way down to the bottom. So right, up, left, down. Oops. Damn it. Give me a D. Give me a down. I don't want to do anything else at the moment. So in here, we're going to do get input from player. All right, I'm gonna close the door because people are home. It's gonna be loud. See that? You hear all them dogs? All them dargs. Player input. So I have player input. Now I'm going to say horizontal speed is equal to key right minus key left. Vertical speed is equal to, did Savannah just yelped and I don't know why. Key down minus key up. So I'm setting that, and then I should probably multiply these by the movement speed. I think that would be smart. Times movement speed times movement speed. Yeah. Now I need to basic collision detection if place meeting. I'm going to give myself object system environment here. We're going to create a parent for solids. The hill, you are one of them. Why isn't it there? Oh, environment, solid. Cool. So here we have if place meeting at X, we'll go plus H speed, Y solid. What we need to do here is a while the place is, oops, oh come on, place is not meeting at X plus the sine of H, it did that wrong, speed plus sine of H speed, Y solid. While we're doing that, we're going to X plus equals the sine of H speed. The amount of times that I've written out this collision is ridiculous. H speed is equal to 0, but it works super well, so I may as well. Then X plus equals to H speed. I did the H like the true Sean Spalding way. Collision detection, we've done our horizontal. Now let's go for our vertical. And I don't think his collision methodology will work for what I plan on doing, although I don't quite know how I plan it or how I'm planning it. V speed. The sine of V, oops, V speed. Copy, make that a vertical, make this a Y, make that a vertical, make that a vertical, and make this a Y. All right, now we should be able to move around the map and collide with the actual blocks. Let's see if we do. We are stuck in one. Okay. That means where we create the player, we got to change that around. I don't have the system anymore? No. So system on the room start for our world. when we create the player, we're going to do path times this plus cell size divided by 2. And I'm just kind of guessing and or hoping that this works. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. Player at the same depth -1, so he's in front of everything. That doesn't matter because we're updating them. But yeah, now we shouldn't get stuck. We should be placed in the middle of the cell instead of on the junction of the cells. Unless I've moved it in the wrong direction. Well, we work on that one. Let's try that map works, and that map works. Okay, I definitely think I want a faster speed, but you can kind of see that having that grid line makes it look terrible. So we're going to get rid of that. It makes it look like there's an extra bit of depth in there when there's not. So let's, is it W? It is. Nope, it's not. Stop it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to play this game. Wait, let me check. Is it O? It's O. There we go. Close that. Get rid of this. Generate one more time just in case. Now, actually, I wonder. No, I was going to say I wonder if drawing in the grid builder, if it would draw the walls, but I wouldn't have told it to yet. Okay, but whoops. So now our voids are all voids, but our map is surrounded by these. We've got those there. Nothing overlaps. What are you? What are you? What do you think this is? I mean, clearly it looks like a... Oh! That's our dungeon. Right there. Oh yeah. You can actually see on the mini-map, it still draws a little brown square. Cool. So there's that. There's this. Oh, that's the same map. This map, it's actually a little bit more fun to navigate through now. That could be about it for now. We didn't get rid of the map, but we kind of need it because we're running the mini map off of it. But we added some objects and we adjusted the player a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. I'm okay with that. I think. Why not? Why wouldn't it be? You're crazy. I'm not crazy. All right, we're going to call it. We're going to call it. Give me this boy. Big boy. I've got some editing to do because we didn't do the vectors. Hopefully you didn't have to sit through all of that. Tried editing the map with clicks, which is easy, but I don't know how I want to do it yet because I don't want to have to write everything twice. If I left that, then you understand what that means. But we'll play around with this. I'm going to figure out what I want to do for the next part, what I want to start working on. And yeah, till then, it'll be later. But in a bit of news, I've been having some fun looking at analytics because I don't know, just started clicking on those buttons in YouTube Studio, Creator Studio, whatever it's called, and I have access to that. Turns out 50-something% of the people who watch any of these aren't subscribed. So we got to find a way to change that. Although I'm sure 100% of those people don't make it to the end of the video. So this isn't really addressing them potentially. If you're one of them, click that damn button. And if you're anybody, I started a Patreon. I had a comment yesterday morning that blew my mind. Somebody asked if I had one because they wanted to support, and that's fucking cool. Turns out I had one that I wasn't finished doing all the steps. I started it years ago and just never pursued it. It was back when I was in Arizona. So I finished up the Patreon. I've launched it. I created a couple little tiers. I'm still working on it, still trying to figure out how Patreon works. But that has been a goal for this channel for a long time, and to have somebody actually offer was pretty goddamn neat. So yeah, if you want to help give me the opportunity to spend more time on this and less time doing silly other things for money, that'd be fucking rad. I'd be keen on it. We'll play with the idea. This is Let's Clone. This guy's toast from now on, I suppose. Peace.